Hi, so before we go into this room, what I'm going to do today is do a comparison on so you can see the difference between my Brother VR and the Happy Japan. It's a bit noisy, so I'm going to say it before we go in case you can't hear me. So this is saying it's doing 800 stitches a minute. It's actually quite a bit noisier than the Happy Japan. Cutting the stitches is slower. I'll show you. See the speed of the cutting. How much quicker that was in comparison to the Brother. So in times money, yeah, done. It just is a much quicker, and it's not as noisy. I'm getting more noise from behind me than I am here, which I actually didn't realise how much noisier it was. However, it does have a place in Brother VR. I just love the Happy Japan now because things whiz through so much quicker, and it's not so noisy. Look at the speed of that. So that's going 850. It's going a bit quicker. But I think it's going definitely 850. With this one, I don't think that's going at 800. I'd like to be able to do a proper timing on it, and because now I need to change the thread. So can I pause this? Hold on. Yeah, so I've just changed the thread, so that took me all that time, which you wouldn't know, but it was probably a good few minutes. Yeah, I would say it's a hobbyist embroidery machine with a single needle, because of the time, because time's money in business. But at the same time, I've got the cap on there, the cap accessories, so I'm going to be running caps on it, probably single colours, and then it will come into its own for me as a business. But I've loved it. I've used it for 5 years. It's been brilliant up to now, although it would have saved me money probably leaping straight into commercial, because I knew I was going to develop the business. So I suppose you need to know what you're going to want to use it for. That's saying it's doing 800. As opposed to that's doing 850. Right, I've got to pause it again, and I've got to change the thread. And this is fortunately a very small design, but I can't use this machine because I can't with my shoulder, so I can't keep changing the threads. But it just gives a demonstration of you know, what you have to do. So let's pause this again. Hold on. We've got the orange on there. So it says it takes 16 minutes. I would say a simple design like this with just 5 colours is going to take 10, 26 minutes, maybe 20 minutes for changing the threads. We'll put it on the Happy Japan in a minute and we'll see how quickly that takes to stitch that out. So I'm just stitching out this one, which is an hour, and it's got 12 changes of thread, but because I don't physically have to change it, so I'm just trying to get the underlay right on the outline on this one, because I was having issues with the design, how I designed it, so I'm just trying to tweak it to get it better. Basically, it was to do with the pull compensation and it wasn't registering. So I've got, I wear these. You see, there and there. And a lot of that has to do with push and pull and to do with the registration of the digitizing, so I've had to kind of adjust it. And instead of doing an edge stitch, I've had to do edge outline stitch. I'm doing a zigzag, I think. I can't remember what I changed it to, but I've upped the pull compensation and made the border thicker, which probably isn't actually going to help it, but we'll see what happens. I just want a nice crisp. I don't mind the borders thicker actually for this, doesn't matter, it just needs to be crisp, because for once I actually did an auto digitizing on this and then I went in and tweaked it all because I just thought it might save time. Did it? Not really. Not the amount of tweaking I've had to do. Right, this is stopped again, so it needs blue. Oh, right, pause you again, hold on. So yeah, so I've just done that. So it's really frustrating because with my business, without my shoulder injury, I couldn't use this at all. It was really, it was a struggle, and I just thought, no, I can't do it because of my shoulder. I've been to raise my arm up, change this, because this is my changing arm, pulling it down, pulling it through. My shoulder's even pulling now, so certain things I find I can't do, so it stopped me actually working until I could get the commercial machine. So yeah, this one is just absolutely saved the business, no trouble whatsoever, because it's all automated. You know, you might have to set a few up to start with. You don't have to raise your hand up as high because this one sits lower on the table that is the right height for me, whereas that one's on the stand, so it comes higher. It could go onto a unit, I suppose, but still I'd need to raise my hand up quite a lot to get to there, where this one's just here. But the noise, here, it's quite a deep thuddy noise. This is a bit more of a light noise. I don't know if that's picking up at all. They're both great machines. As I say, I've had this since COVID, and it's done me really well up until I had the accident, and then I just realised that for me it wasn't going to be an option anymore moving forwards. It needed to keep on a single needle and just do its stuff. But this one is just a game changer for me, and I'm just hoping that we can add to them as we sell the products. And it's just stitches lovely. We can have a look at the difference in the stitching. I know it's not going to be at the moment like for like, but I will run the Surf Bay logo on the towels and do a towel through this one, because I've never done that before, so it'll be interesting to actually compare the two and compare the time that they take. So I'll actually do a proper time start to finish changing threads. I'll do another towel, and then we'll see exactly that total length of time compared to that one, like for like, which is just a fair comparison then. So yeah, right, let me pause it here or stop it here, and I'll come back to you when I've done another towel, done a timed experiment, and then we'll put it on the Happy Japan and see what it does. Catch you in a minute. Right, so we're just starting it, so we're going to time it, and it's on 800, can get it to go 850, it goes up into hundreds, but it wouldn't do 900. I don't think. It's never good to run something at talk about some speed. So I'm going to do 800, so it's going to be a bit slower than the other one, but it shouldn't be massively slower. Let's see what happens. Right, okay, so it says 16 minutes at 800. It would only go up in increments of 100, and I didn't want to push it to 900. And it actually took 28 minutes. Yeah, that's quite a lot for a very small design. So let's put it onto the Happy and see how long the Happy takes. Right, okay, so I've reduced the speed down to 800 to be fair. So we've got speed is where is it gone? It is, if I do on here, there you are, 800. Okay, and it's all set up ready to go, exactly the same. And it says, I can't believe this. What do you reckon? How I've made the design slightly smaller because this hoop is slightly smaller than the one I've got, and I don't have an intermediate between that and the 32mm. I didn't want to use the big one. I haven't got tearaway stabilizer big enough, and it just, so I thought, no, I'll make it slightly, so it is slightly smaller. But do you know how long it says it's going to take? So we go from 28 minutes on the VR that it took me to do that, because I'm changing the threads. Can you see? 9 minutes. 9 minutes! Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. So I'm going to actually time it as well. So I'm going to turn this off a minute while I look at the time, because I'm going to watch on me, and then I'll make a note of it and I'll actually time it and see. I'll come back to you. Hold on. Hi, so exciting results. I'm actually quite shocked, but I don't know why I'm shocked. I've never done this since I've had the machine. Well, I've had the Happy Japan for about 3 months maybe now, going on 3 months. And I've never done a sort of comparison. So I can tell you this design is bigger on the VR. It is. Hang on. Can you see? 10,833 stitches compared to 6,476. So it's probably a 2 minutes difference. On here I used Isacord, and on the commercial I used viscose. I must admit, I like the viscose. It gives a lovely sheen, a lovely finish, and I'm very happy with that. Very happy with it. Now, the reason I did it smaller is because I didn't have a bigger hoop. I had an 18, but you can get big ones. So it's not a problem, and they're not expensive. So yes, time-wise, 9 minutes. 9 minutes. I mean, it would probably be about 12 minutes if it had been that size. So it just as if you've got a business, you know, you've got time's money. So, and also it means that when the Happy Japan is stitching, I can be doing other things. So I can be bagging things up, ironing things, labeling them, you know, all that kind of thing. Whereas otherwise I'm just stood there having to try and do this, and obviously I've got a bad shoulder, so that's why I really had to go commercial as well. But I didn't realise there was that much difference. Yeah, so there is a huge difference on time. 28 minutes down to 9, well, say 12 minutes if it was is the same size, I would think. So you could get 2 done in the time it takes 1, and obviously the bigger design, the more colour changes, the longer it's going to take. Hope that's been helpful for you. I mean, I love my VR as well, don't get me wrong, there's a place for it. I am going to just do single colour caps because I've got the cap frame for it, and I've got massive amount of polyester, which, you know, if I can just use all that up, and that will take me forever. Yeah, I hope that's been helpful. If you're looking at getting the VR, I would say ring Midwest Machinery and speak to Paul. I don't get paid to say this, all right? So this is just me because of the Happy Japan. I would get all your figures worked out, and the Recon machines are much more affordable than you think, because I think I paid £4,000 for my VR back years ago. And although I love it, I've outgrown it. I cut my teeth on it, as they say. I developed my skills on it, but as soon as I realised that I couldn't use my shoulder and things like that, I transitioned to the commercial. But in hindsight, I think I should have just gone commercial in the first place. So, because do I think I'm going to really utilise this now? Maybe not. And maybe I will end up selling it, which is, it's a shame because I've got lots of I get attached to things, and that's weird, isn't it? I know, not normal. Anyway, so hopefully that's really helpful to you, because I've never done this since I've had the Happy. I've never done an actual comparison as such. I'm actually shocked and quite surprised, and I shouldn't be, because I love my Happy Japan as well. So give Paul a ring at Midwest Machinery if you're looking at buying one. So I don't get paid for saying this, but I just love that machine so much. It's so simple to use. I can't say that enough. It's so simple to use. There's nothing complicated about it whatsoever. So do that. And if you do go down the Happy Japan route and you get a recon model or even a new model, keep in touch. Let me know how you're getting on with it, because I'd love to know. All right. Anyway, take care, everyone. Bye.